Hey guys, welcome to Poké Playtime and welcome to my review on the X version. I can't do X and Y because I only bought the X version, but one thing, I just got some stuff I need to finish first and then I'll be right with you. Right, now that that's finished, I can talk to you about what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to break this video into two parts. This part is going to be about the 10 things I disliked about the X version, and next week's video is going to be about what I loved about it. So anyway, there's just one thing I've got, and an honourable mention as well. There was just not enough Zubats in the game. Out of four caves? Not enough Zubats. Just saying, came across a couple of Geodudes, a couple of other things. Glittering Cave was awesome, but we're talking about bad things, so that was the honourable mention. The first thing, number 10, was the lack of new items. Not necessarily Megastones or anything like that, just the lack of the character customization, the lack of like Pokeballs and stuff like that. Just something new. One new one would have killed. Especially good for catching fairies, catching fairies and dragons, catching trainers. I don't know, could have thought of something. And number 9 was the dramatic changes in levels. What I mean by this is, from starting off to Gym 1, Gym 2, you could have like up to level 30 Pokemon, which is just nuts to me, because it was always like the first gym you were lucky to get like level 13 to 15, and then after that you were like every 10 levels or so, but there was just such a huge jump, and I thought it was just a bit weird. It's not a major dislike, it's just one thing that I was just like, okay, the EXP share helped in that, but it was just a big jump, and it was just something that I was kind of, as an old school player, it was a bit of a whoa. Number 8, one evolution. They could have made a bug type, they could have made a dragon type, they could have, a dragon Eevee would be so cool, it'd be weird looking, but it'd be cool. They could have done something, but no, they just went fairy. Maybe they're keeping it for another gen, maybe they're keeping it for Z. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. It was just weird. One evolution. Number 7 is once you complete the game, you're able to go and buy the Megastones for the Kanto starters. Do you know how much those things cost? $500,000 Poké. That's right, 500,000. After you clear the game once, you'll be lucky to have about 300,000. That's what I finished on the first time. 300,000. So you gotta go again. You gotta go. They're not making it easy. What's that about? Want to get them all. Number 6. Not enough 3D. Plain and simple. I loved it. I played it on my 3DS. Loved it. Didn't go buy the cheese wedge. Have my 3DS. Love my 3DS. The 3D in the game looked amazing. Just not enough of it. I loved it. Now, fair enough, it was a bit of a strain on the eyes. To me, perfect. I could have played it all day like that. That being said, like the animations and that, great job, Pokemon. I loved every second of it. Number 5, the story was just muck. The story in Black and White 2, was great. With N, really compelling character. This time around, Team Flare just did not capture the imagination, and you'll have the chance after you finish the game to do a Looker quest, and that was really fun, and I enjoyed that more than the Team Flare quest, and that's just one of it. Number 4, this was a top these last 4 were really hard for me to put in your order, and I'll explain why. Number 4 is replaying the Elite Four. There is no change in their levels. Couldn't have made it a bit more difficult. Couldn't have made it, made me want to go and train my Pokemon up to level 100. No. Let's keep it all the same. Let's make it easy for you. Thanks. So what I'm going to do now is try and IV and EV train all my Pokemon and create the best possible team, and yeah, it's done. There's not, it just feels like there's not enough of a challenge after you beat the Elite Four the first time. Number 3, having to wait for the Poké Bank, or Pokemon Transfer, whatever you want to call it. I think it's the Pokemon Bank, till January, to be able to complete the decks. That's killing me. I just want to be able to complete it now. I'm sure you guys know the one thing I do like about the GTS is that you can search for the Pokemon you want, but sure, no one else has them in the game, so what's the point in having that ability until January? It should be put in as DLC or something. It's just my opinion. Now, this next one, it was almost number 1 and it was almost number 4. The rollerblades. I hated the rollerblades. The amount of walls I got stuck in, the amount of doorways I couldn't get into, the amount of things I went across because of them, because I've gone too fast, and worst idea ever. You have running shoes, you have a bike, you do not need those rollerblades. No, Pokemon. No. You could have easily, if they'd allowed you to have it as an on-off equipment, done. But the fact that your joystick, every time you touched that, you heard that little click, I was like, no. And it was just really annoying, and all you heard was swish, swish, swish. And anyway, just to recap before I do the first one. So number 10 was the lack of new Pokeballs and stuff like that. Number 9 was the dramatic jump in levels. 8, 1 evolution. 7, the price of the Megastones. 6, none of 3D. 5, the story. 4 was the replay of the Elite Four. 3 was having to wait for the Pokemon Bank. Okay, transfer. It's just killing me. 2, the rollerblade. And number 1, the one thing that I'm sure has screwed a lot of people over, thankfully, touch wood, not myself, is the Loomis City corrupt save file, where if you save anywhere in that city other than the Pokemon Center, you lose everything. Now, you think with a company like Pokemon and how long they're doing things, they want to screw something up so bad where people have lost everything and had to restart the game after investing 20 odd hours into a game. That I feel if that happened to you, please let me know in the comments. I completely feel for you. I was just lucky I heard about it before I actually had reached it, because of work. So anyway, this was the 10 things I did not like about the game. And that being said, I have 101 things that I loved about the game, and it was hard for me to make these 10. Anyway, if there was anything that I brought up in this video that you have an argument against or an argument for, please leave in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel, and be sure to follow us on Twitter, because all the video updates and all that will be on that as opposed to our channel from now on. So I'm going to go back to my berry picking. I don't know if you can see that from down. Bye. Seriously, bye. I'm busy.